Hey, Lisa, you got a little time?
Oh, hello, Mary. Sorry. I'm actually at work now. Not really supposed to be using my phone. I'll send you a line later on during my break.
Oh, yeah? Even if it's about your husband, George?
Huh? George? What's George got to do with you?
If you don't hear me out now, you may regret it later on.
What are you talking about?
I'll be straight with you, Lisa. George and I are getting married. There, I said it.
Wait, what? What are you even saying? Is this a joke? George is my husband. He can't marry you. That makes no sense.
Yeah, but once you divorce him, it starts to make perfect sense.
It's not as simple as that. Just hold on a second. I'm going to take the afternoon off and confirm this with George.
Oh, yeah? Can you even confirm it?
Yeah, he's at home today, working remotely. Once I get home, we'll clear the whole thing up. It's all a big mistake. Or some sort of prank you're pulling.
Yeah, but maybe it would be better for you if you didn't do that.
Why do you say that?
I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm at your place. Or should I say bed now with George. Not sure you want to witness that.
Excuse me?
Kinda naughty, don't you think? Making love with my younger sister's husband in their own bed. I can't get enough of it. This guilty pleasure. It's intoxicating.
I just got a line message from George. So, it's all true, huh? This is not a joke.
Just as I said, right? He even said I'm way more attractive than you. True that. He says he prefers older women. Who would have thought, huh? So it's decided. George is mine. End of story. That means you have no reason to come home. You're not wanted here.
What about you? As I recall, you're married too.
That's all taken care of. I was worried I wouldn't be able to pay him off, but good old George saved the day and settled that no problem. The divorce went through without issues just this morning. Good riddance to that guy.
George paid it off. Huh. I'm surprised.
When you got money, you got money. George is loaded.
Do as you like, Mary. Hope you don't have any regrets.
Oh yeah? I'm surprised you gave up so easily. I was expecting a bigger fight. I'll send the divorce papers over to Mom and Dad's place. Sign it and submit it at City Hall as soon as you can. You got that? Hey Lisa, what's up? Has it already been 6 months? Time flies.
Is that you, sis? What the hell do you want? You got a real nerve contacting me after what you pulled.
Yeah, I knew you would be this way. I kinda understand how you feel, actually. I was just texting you to tell you something very important.
Is this about you guys finally getting married?
You already heard? You must be clairvoyant.
Kinda obvious. Why else would you contact me? Just want to rub it in my face. I saw it coming a mile away.
Aw, shucks. I was going to gloat all about how happy I am. Here you squirm. This is no fun.
Everything you say is no fun. I have no interest in what you have to say.
I always hated your smugness. Really pisses me off to this day. No wonder George picked me over you.
Like you said, he prefers older, more wise and experienced women.
What's that supposed to mean? You saying I'm an old lady? All said and done, that just sounds like loser talk. Just oozing with envy.
Think what you like, Mary. I'm over it.
Oh yeah? Well, if you hear what I have to say now, those feelings will come bubbling up again. I'm sure of it.
What now?
We're headed to Europe for our honeymoon.
To Europe? Seriously?
Yup, we're hitting the top spots. London, Paris, and Milan. I always wanted to see Italy. Can't wait. And here's the icing on the cake. We're having a little intimate wedding in Paris. Can't you believe it? George plans on spending upwards of 30,000 bucks on the whole thing. I feel like a celeb.
You're not serious. Where'd he get that kind of money?
He's got money. That's another reason I married him.
This is way beyond belief.
I knew I would see those envy bubbles come burbling up.
It's not really envy, more like astonishment.
Astonished, envy, jealousy. It's all the same to you. You were always so mundane. Boring little relative-only wedding at a local church. You had like 2 of your best friends from high school attend, and that was it. What a total joke. You guys didn't even go on a honeymoon, did you? What a huge difference. Never thought such a disparity would show up now. The way he loves and cares for me. It's like night and day.
Well, that was then. You can take it however you like. But I can tell you this, you shouldn't be so extravagant. It might come back and bite you in the you-know-what.
Huh? Extravagant? What are you talking about? That word does not exist in George's vocabulary.
I mean, think of the debt he accumulated. The compensation to me, not to mention to your ex-husband. Not really nickels and dimes. The total amounts to over $100,000, right? And George paid this himself? He paid all that and now another $30,000 for a honeymoon and wedding in Paris? It just doesn't add up. I was aware of his financial situation. He was left broke after we divorced. You can understand my alarm.
There you go again. The green-eyed monster rears its ugly head. I thought you weren't jealous.
I'm just warning you. Seems a little self-destructive is all. Just saying.
Like I said before, George is loaded. He has no money worries. I thought you knew all about this. He was your husband, after all.
No, I never knew he had so much money, to be honest.
What's $100,000, much less $30,000? That's just chump change to him. I wish you would just admit defeat and froth at the mouth with envy. That would make my day.
Okay, I tried warning you. If you're so set on having the upper hand, have it your way.
Yeah, I do have the upper hand. You giving up so easily kinda makes me feel sorry for you.
Think what you like. Like I said, I warned you out of concern, not envy. Just so you're aware. I've already cut all ties with you. I don't think of you as my family after what you pulled. So I really don't care what happens to you. Don't come crying to me later.
I'm fine with that. That means you will no longer have any feelings for my George. That's exactly what I wanted. Hey Lisa, you there? Guess where we are? Yup, that's right. We're in Paris. We just exchanged vows in a beautiful cathedral. It's so beautiful.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know you were gone. So, what do you want?
Bet you're pretty envious right about now.
No, not really. Actually, I'm feeling empathy and a touch of pity towards what's coming.
Are you still harping on about that? I told you George is swimming in cash. We have no worries ahead. Full steam ahead, I say. I'm even confident in saying we're set for life. I mean, how else could he plop $30,000 down just like that? You tell me.
Set for life? Really? Without any income? That makes no sense.
Pardon me? What do you mean, no income?
You're saying he never told you? George has been unemployed for quite some time now.
Wait, what? Unemployed?
Yeah, that's right. Jobless, out of a job, without gainful employment. Even if he did gain unemployment after divorcing me, I'm pretty sure his bank account is at zero after all the compensation he paid. There's no way he could get his hands on $30,000 just like that.
Wait, back up a bit. What's this about him being jobless? What's going on here?
Are you serious? He never told you?
What the hell are you talking about? Tell me for God's sakes.
He got fired from his job after they found out he was having an affair with you.
Pardon me? You can't be serious. You can't get fired for infidelity. That's unfair dismissal. They deserve to get sued for this.
Come on, Mary. You don't seem to understand. You said it yourself.
Me? What did I say?
George was at home doing remote work. When you guys were making love, right? Working remote means he's on company business hours. Having an affair with a married woman on company time? Sounds like a good reason for dismissal to me.
Yeah, but...
The company has ways to check whether an employee is working or not. With widespread use of remote work recently, it's kind of hard to be inactive without them knowing. And it wasn't just a one-time thing either. It evidently affected his work performance. They had all the evidence, so he got fired. I warned you about this. And I don't really think he got any kind of surveillance package or meaningful retirement bonus. But I'm really curious about that $30,000 for this honeymoon you're on. How did he manage that?
So does that mean he wasn't working at home, doing remote work all this time?
Yeah, like I said, no gainful employment. Yeah, pretty sure.
No, this is some kind of sick joke.
What I can't understand is why you even thought he was rich. He's just a normal office worker, not some elite businessman.
Huh? Just an office worker?
Of course the company he worked for was a major corporation, and his pay was a bit more than average, but basically he was just a salaried worker. So when you said he plopped down $30,000 just like that, I was like, what? No way he could afford that.
Hold on a sec. You say he's a salaried worker? I heard he was an executive, that he was making a six-figure salary.
Pardon me?
I saw his name on the company's homepage.
Oh, that? I think you mistook him for someone else.
What are you talking about mistook him for someone else?
Yeah, the vice president has the same last name as George. That's probably who you saw.
You're lying.
I mean, come on, Mary. Think about it. George isn't even 30 yet. How could he be an executive at a major corporation? It doesn't make any sense. He wasn't even a star employee or a top salesman or anything. Just your run-of-the-mill pen pusher. Didn't you even think it was odd?
This is not happening. Then why did I even steal him away from you? For what purpose? What am I going to do now? I've been totally conned. I don't want him anymore. You can have him back, Lisa.
No thanks. I better get back to work.
Wait a sec. You can't leave me hanging.
Goodbye. Have fun in Paris. I later heard that the honeymoon ended right then and there. They cut it short and came back stateside, but they weren't able to get a refund for that extravagant trip. I was later informed that George told my sister that he had gotten fired. As you can imagine, Mary and George got into a fierce argument, her accusing him of tricking her into marrying him. They eventually ended up filing for divorce. That $30,000, you ask? George borrowed that money from his sister. He convinced her that he wanted to take his new wife on a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Europe. His sister apparently signed some loan application as the grantor for some disreputable moneylender without properly reading the agreement. Last I heard, he was saddled with 2 or 3 part-time jobs just to pay off his debts. I just can't understand people. Why can't they manage their money properly? Don't they see the consequences? Anyway, as long as they don't interfere with my life going forward, I'm fine with that.
Liar, you disgust me. Get out of my sight. I don't want to see your face anymore.
Huh? What's this suddenly, Vivian? Did something happen? But today's a day to celebrate.
Shut up, liar. Go home. Don't come to my wedding today.
What? Hold on, Vivian. What do you mean, go home? But I just got here with James and his family. Did something happen?
Don't act like you don't know, you fraud. You were lying this whole time, right?
What are you talking about? Just calm down, will you? I won't be able to understand you if you don't tell me what's happened first, daughter.
Stop pretending to be my father. You're not my actual father, right? I heard everything about it.
Well, it's true that I'm only your stepfather, but what do you mean you heard everything about it?
I know why you and Mom got married. You disgust me. To think that you were the kind of scum that would cheat. I don't want you to come to my wedding anymore.
What? What do you mean, cheat? Me? I've never done such a thing in my life.
Don't act dumb with me. You cheated with Mom, right?
What? With Alexandra? What do you mean I cheated with my wife?
While me and my brother were living with our real father, you stole our mom away from Dad. That's when our real parents got divorced and Mom got custody of us and then married you.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Just because our real dad got sick and couldn't work anymore, Mom threw him aside and went with you instead. You two never even paid him an alimony. Disgusting.
Hold on. I have no idea what you're talking about. None of what you're saying is true.
I said don't act dumb with me. I already heard everything.
Who did you hear this from then?
My real dad, of course.
Huh?
My dad, who I'm actually related to by blood. He visited me around 2 months ago. He said he was looking for us all this time because you and Mom basically abducted us from him several years ago.
It's a lie. Don't believe what he says. What he's saying is impossible.
It's not a lie. Dad told me everything about it. And about how Mom cheated on him with you, and how you two abducted us from him, and about how hard life was for him after that. He's been wanting to meet us all this time. To think that you hid all of this up until now and pretended to be our father. You're trash.
Hold on, Vivian. Listen to what I have to say first. First of all, me and your mom didn't meet while she was married. We did nothing shameful like that.
You're still going to make excuses? My real dad told me he's been keeping this quiet because he didn't want to hurt me. But he said he couldn't stand anyone like you ruining my wedding. He told me all this really kindly back there. All you think about is yourself, right?
That's not true. Listen to me, please.
I don't want to listen to a word you say. I'm going to invite my real dad to the wedding, not you. Just leave, will you? I don't want to call a woman that would cheat on my mother anymore. And you're not even related to me in the first place. Not once did I consider you my father.
Oh, I see. Fine. I get it. I'll go home. I don't care what you call me anymore, but I won't forgive you for insulting your mother like that. I won't come to the wedding and go home. That's what you want, right?
I'm cutting ties with you, by the way. Don't show yourself to me ever again.
Hey, Vivian, what are you thinking kicking Dad out like that? He tried to look calm, but he was clearly furious. I mean, I don't blame him for being mad. What do you mean Dad stole Mom from our previous dad? Are you really that dumb to believe such a thing?
You're going to say that as well? Open your eyes. We were being fooled by that fraud all these years.
You're the one who needs to open their eyes. Dad has supported us all these years, even after Mom died 15 years ago. He never even remarried. He did all that for us, even though we weren't his real children. But this random dude comes out of nowhere spreading lies, and you just believe what he says and call Dad a fraud? How ungrateful are you?
He's not lying. He knew things from when we were young. He's our real dad. Of course I'm going to believe him.
I, for one, am going to believe our dad who raised us for 15 years and not some random dude that came out of nowhere.
He probably only raised us because he had some sort of agenda of his own. Like, maybe he wanted us to look after him when he's old. That's the only reason he didn't leave us. He even looked at me sometimes with perverted eyes. It must have something to do with that as well.
You really are trash, huh? Fine, I get it now. I'll take care of Dad when he gets old. You go with this random guy of yours. I'll go with Dad to the station. Hold on. I think I'm going to go home as well. I don't want to have to sit with some stranger you invited. I have a wife and child, so I don't want to be involved in this shady business.
What? You're going home?
Why would I go to the wedding of a piece of trash like you?
Hold on. I asked your kids to be the ones to hand me the ring and the flowers.
I don't know. It's not my problem. You're not my sister anymore.
Huh? Why? Fine. I don't care anymore as well. I won't let you meet our dad anymore, even if you beg me. Hey, answer the phone! Help me! Come back to the wedding!
What is it? I'm already home. You're supposed to be at your wedding reception, right? Do you have the time to be contacting me like this?
There are bigger problems right now. I need help. This is an absolute mess.
Did something happen?
Dad drank some alcohol and is now having a rampage. He was fine during the wedding ceremony, but he suddenly started going on a rampage and breaking things once he got drunk at the reception. He's breaking chairs and tables. Some of the staff tried to stop him, but no one could get near him. He's even injured several people. Not only that, but Dad brought with him this random woman saying she was my grandmother. I don't know whether she's mentally ill or something, but she pooed her pants in the middle of the room. This is a mess.
I see. That does sound like a mess.
Why are you saying that as if you have nothing to do with it? It's really a mess over here. All of my friends and colleagues left already. My fiancé and his parents are asking me what's going on, but I don't know what's going on either.
What do you mean, as if I had nothing to do with it? You cut ties with me, right? And so now I'm a stranger who has nothing to do with it.
What?
You told me that yourself, right? That I'm not your father?
Yeah, I did say that, but shouldn't you still help me at times like this?
Well, that seems awfully convenient. Do something about these relatives of yours yourself. I'm pretty sure that man isn't your dad, though, but he is your relative.
What?
You were too young at the time to remember, but you and James's real father died more than 20 years ago.
Huh? What do you mean?
James was 6 years old, and you were 2 years old at the time, I think. I heard from Alexandra that he died from a car accident. I visited his grave once before I married your mom, too. He's dead, without a doubt.
What? What are you talking about? There's no way what you're saying is true. Then who are those people that are making a mess at my wedding?
I had guessed as to who he might be prior, but I'm sure of it now. I think he's your real dad's brother and mother, which means that they're your uncle and grandmother. To think that he would call himself your father after what happened. What a heartless man.
Which means he's not actually my dad? What do you mean after what happened? What happened?
That man tried to marry Alexandra right after your father died. He was trying to get his hands on your father's inheritance. He didn't listen to what Alexandra said and even divorced his own wife at the time. Apparently, he even bought a sports car thinking he would be able to get your dad's inheritance. It's unbelievable, right? That money was supposed to be spent on you, James, and Alexandra's future.
No way. I can't believe this. He bought a sports car?
Alexandra and you children were able to get away thanks to the help of the wife he divorced. But he followed you for years after that. I heard that you guys had to move 2 times since he kept following you guys. Alexandra says she wasn't even able to visit her late husband's grave, and in the panic, even lost your dad's picture. She said those were tough times.
But...
Well, that's it. The man who's currently making a mess at your wedding is not your father, but your uncle, who your mother cut ties with. He didn't even marry Alexandra, but still he calls himself your father. I guess he intends on following you instead now. Your fiancé is the head of a university hospital, right? Getting rid of him is probably going to be really difficult.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm only guessing, but the two of them have a huge amount of debt. The loan he took for his sports car is still unpaid probably. And it seems he doesn't make much money either. Not only that, but his mother has Alzheimer's. Either he barely gets by, or he's already collapsed from the pressure. That's why he came to you and your husband. Because he intends on making you pay for his debt. They'll probably be even more hard to get rid of this time since he won't let go of an opportunity like this when your husband is rich. He's careless with how he spends his money, so he's probably going to give you two a hard time. Make sure not to let your guard down around him.
Huh? Hold on. This can't be true. There's no way we can take care of the two of them. He's not even my real father.
But aren't you the one who believed what he said and allowed him to come to your wedding? You wouldn't even listen to a word I said, right? Whether you're going to take care of him or run away is your responsibility.
That's impossible. We can't run away now. I already told him where my fiancé's parents live, and he even knows the address of our new house. What should I do? Help me, Dad.
You said that I wasn't your dad, right? You said I was a fraud, and to never show myself in front of you again.
No, that was...
I mean, I'm not even related to you by blood. I'm a stranger to you, just like you said. So what if this man isn't actually your dad? He's your uncle, related to you by blood. Why not treat him like he was actually your father?
No, I don't want that. Please, Dad, help me. I was fooled as well. I didn't know that that's who he was. Help me, Dad. Do something about this.
Vivian, I raised you as if you were my real daughter. That was what I had told myself I would do when I married Alexandra. To treat you two like I was your real dad. But I'm only human as well. There's no way I wouldn't get mad or sad when the daughter I had raised up until now suddenly denies everything that I had done for her. And not only that, but insults my wife, her own mother, that I still love. Do you really think that I'm going to help you now just because you told me to? When you haven't even apologized?
That's not what I meant. I'm sorry, Dad. I made a misunderstanding. I was wrong, so forgive me.
It's not something that can just be forgiven like that. Sorry, but you're on your own. I don't want to have anything to do with those people as well. Even if I were to go straight to your wedding, I wouldn't be of much help anyways.
But...
If you ever have trouble shaking off those people, it's fine if you get me involved, but no matter what you do, don't involve your brother and his family. He has young children.
Hold on, Dad. Don't leave me.
That's up to you. Congratulations on your wedding. I'd be glad if you found happiness. After that, Vivian's uncle, who was rampaging in the wedding venue, was subdued by security. Both him and his mother were taken away by the police. Vivian deeply regretted making a mess of her own wedding and apologized to her fiancé and his family, and said that she would delay them getting married until she sorts out her business with her uncle. That, or she would pay an alimony and cancel the marriage. The groom's parents wanted to cancel the marriage, but thanks to Vivian's kind-hearted fiancé, it was decided to only postpone the marriage. I'll skip the details, but after that, Vivian's uncle was tried at court. Apparently, he was guilty on countless other crimes as well, and was sent to prison. His mother was sent to a facility for elderly people, and Vivian never saw her again. Vivian and her fiancé came to me and apologized for what Vivian had done. She said it was fine if I wanted to cut ties with her if I couldn't forgive her for what she had done. But I also felt slightly guilty for not telling her about her uncle earlier, and decided to forgive her if she apologized to her mother at the grave as well. Vivian paid for the wedding all on her own, and even canceled their honeymoon. But after overcoming several hardships, the two got married half a year later. She made up with her brother James as well, and she hosted a dinner party with us as a way of making up for her ruined marriage ceremony. It seems they still have a lot of things to take care of. I'm glad to see that the two are happy. I'm sure Alexandra and her late husband are also watching from heaven, and are glad their children found happiness. After all that, I went back to my peaceful old life of going to work and occasionally playing with my grandchildren who come to visit. My children have already grown up, and I have no intention of remarrying. I think I'm going to save up for my retirement and also maybe get better at my hobby, open sea fishing.